What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna do a breakdown for the June 22, 2026 sale entry we took on a video. I hope it helps you, all of you. I want you to understand the price like this. So, to begin with, as you can see right here, okay, we was at this time frame, okay. This was Monday opening price, so which means the Friday candle closed on the daily time frame. As you can see, it took out Thursday low like this, and it is displacing downward. It doesn't matter if it is displacing downward or not, but what matters is not the candle, but the market behavior. So you can see right here, the price level, okay? After taking out liquidity, it is starting to react from the fair value gap on a daily time frame after trapping early sellers, which enters around here. So what we need to do when this price level opens is, since we want to target the previous day low because of the price behavior and direction, we want to follow the trend. So we will mark this as a previous day low and the previous day high. So as an intraday trader, what we need to do is wait for Asia session to end, right? Since we want to see what our range is going to be looking like. So let's go to a 15-minute time frame. I'm not in a mood, I'm not in a place that I can speak. I think there is a background noise. I apologize for that. So let's get into the charts. And as you can see right here, this price level, the Asia session is going to be from here. We can mark the full Asia session, including Sydney. So this is our Asia session. So as you can see, this price market, current price market, is manipulation, accumulation, then distribution. Why is that? Because as you can see, these Asia sessions travels to the upside and took out previous day high. So you can see like this. So the price they react is going to be like, since we have some kind of break right here, which took out liquidity within a pip. After that, what do we see right here? Another break following the liquidity sweeping break, right? Which means this level is going to be our inducement level. So we have an imbalance right above it, as you can see right here. So this fair value gap needs to be filled, this inefficiency needs to be filled there. So as you can see right here, this price current level didn't fill it, but took out liquidity, right? This I think it is a low time frame thing, but what matters is them taking out the liquidity level, okay? So after they took out the last liquidity, we have the inducement level. They started to displace downward, as you can see right here. So now what we need to wait is, we don't know if they are going to hold this high or break it when the London session opens, right? So to confirm that, what we need to do is wait for a systematic setup, okay, because we want to see a dealing range forms inside this market movement. So we know that we will target the previous day low, but we need to wait a clear, okay, dealing range forming. So as you can see, this high, okay, looks out last liquidity. I want to show you something about this being the last liquidity level right here. Since we have a rejection here, we have this last liquidity, okay? If you go to the 5-minute time frame, okay, if you go to the 5-minute time frame right here, it looks like they took out some kind of important level, right? Important liquidity level, and they failed to sweep the high. Most of us will think this is a failed sweep and have a fair value gap here, which hasn't been filled. So this is equal after the last liquidity, the closest POI, this or this. But we will not do this because, okay, this failed sweep level, okay, doesn't agree with the one time frame higher, which means if you are looking a failed sweep on a 1-minute time frame, you need to see that failed sweep happening on a 3-minute time frame also, okay, which doesn't happen in this current price action. Which is, if you go to the 15-minute time frame, it is just some kind of liquidity building inside the rejection zone. There is no failed sweep here, so this is going to be turning into a failed sweep, last liquidity, okay? So they took out last liquidity. What matters is now, since we want to see the liquidity, okay, at the dealing range forms, this high took out some kind of early sellers, as you can see right here, which is the range high forms right here, okay? This is going to be our range high. Like this. So what we want to see is the low being formed, right? So let's go to the 5-minute time frame and try to see what is happening. So the lower low that creates our dealing range high, this higher high, okay, is this low, right? When they start to travel to the downside and take out this low, Now we can confirm the bias has fully shifted and the high is confirmed, because this low is the one that causes the price to move to the upside and took out early sellers and reach into the point of interest after taking on the last liquidity. So when they break this low, we can confirm the macro, okay? The macro has shifted. Macro, we can confirm our macro location right here, okay? We can say they are following the higher time frame trend. So we have this key level right here, and the price has taken out this low. So now we want to see the low forming, right? So right here, what do we have? The price taking out liquidity, okay, reaching to some kind of area of interest. It doesn't matter, since we are not snipering this one, okay? If you want to sniper this one, you need to get some kind of break around there, okay? But if you see this time, okay, what matters is this high is the high that caused the price to deliver to the sell side, to count early sellers and starts to come back upside, okay? When they break this major high, okay, this is major because this is the one high, the higher high that makes the price to travel to the downside, okay? So when they break this low, we can say we have found, okay, we have found our dealing range low, something like this. Now, since we have our dealing range low here, or dealing range low high, dealing range high right here, okay, we can say now we can sell when they travel to the upside and reach into premium level, and puts our alchemist structure, which we learned in the previous sections, okay, something like this. Now we will do our analysis. Let's start from this high. This was the high. So this high has been formed by this lower low, which means we have a market structure shift right here, right? Structure has been shifted here. And what do we have here? A break. But is this break really inducement level, or what did it do? Okay, so this is a 5-minute time frame, but we have a rejection. Okay, the same thing is happening in every time frame. The market is fractal, right? So what you can see right here is we have last liquidity forming here, okay? So after the last liquidity forms, price enters the rejection area, okay, the unmitigated wick, which SZC says, okay, took out buy side liquidity right here, and starts to travel to the downside and break this low. Okay, we have a break right here. So what matters is right now them breaking this low. Again, what do we have here? A liquidity level, and the price took out the last liquidity, which is into our point of interest. So when they break this low, okay, we can do the analysis from this high to this low, which we say is the market, okay, the protected swing high has been shifted. Okay, we have a transferred high, something like this. Okay, it's gonna be something. This is gonna be protected high. This is low. Let's make it high. We have a transferred, a valid transferred high. So let's get into this price level and try to analyze this price. Okay. So if we go to the lower time frame, we want to confirm this high. Okay, what we are doing right now is confirming this high. So we have a fair value gap, the candle that creates our fair value gap, which is institutional accumulation level, which is order block level. So right here, what do we have? This open close level could be our key level to enter this price level. Okay, as you can see right here. But what happens really is this is a lower time frame shift. We saw this shift the structure in a 5-minute, yeah, but this is a lower time frame shift, something like this. So what do we have right here? Internal break, right? So this break was the liquidity which activates the fair value gap. Okay, we want to see inefficiency getting filled, so they activated this inefficiency level, which is the liquidity that drives the price to come to the upside range reach here. Okay, so now we can confirm this high is protected, okay, since it took out a major low, a major high right here. And when they break this low, we can do our analysis here. Let's get a little deep, but if we see, if once you confirm this high, you can take it a higher time frame key level. Since higher time frame is the one that moves the price, you can take the level, like I'm going to show you how. Okay, so what do we have right here? Inducement level, structure shift could go here for this high. Okay, for this high. So when price starts to travel to the upside, okay, I cannot show you right here, but we have found a liquidity level inside there. But since we have found the valid high, okay, and we have a rejection here, okay, which is going to be this, our single liquidity inside the rejection zone. After that, we can do the 50% level, okay, the closest POI we can find inside the higher time frame structure. We can take this sale from here, targeting where? Previous day low, right here. Okay, But let's get to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, let's try to see what happens in the inside that structure. Okay, so which I saw I think in the 15-minute time frame, in 15-second time frame. Okay, this high, okay, this high is inside a 15-second structure here. Okay, this is just a break for the 15-second and also activates the fair value gap, which in this case is activating this high. Okay, these are relative equal highs. If you go to the 15-second time frame, you can check it out. So this is gonna be our last liquidity. Okay, so inside here we have a long wick. Okay, what matters is we are having what inefficiency. Okay, a displacement confirming thing. Okay, so inside here we have found inside the wick we have found a QM level here. We have a little swing high around some kind of here. Okay, on a 15-second time frame, check it out. So I took the sell here using the QM. Okay, inside the wick. So from here, targeting sell side liquidity, which is the previous day low. Here you go, me brother. I think you guys understand it. If you have any question, let me know. Thank you.